Hi, I'm Matt, and I will be the new pastor over special needs ministry, online community engagement, as well as neighborhood outreach.
And my name's Parker. I'm going to be another one of the associate pastors. I'll be over the modern worship service on the North Campus. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to take a minute and ask some questions that you guys have given to us. We have not seen these yet.
Have not.
So we have no idea what they're going to be, but I'll start. I'll ask the first question. So Matt, I've always wanted to know, who's your go-to band or artist when you can't decide on something to listen to?
Oh, man. That's a good question. I would say my go-to band or artist would be Stevie Wonder.
Nice.
I just type it in Spotify and just let Spotify decide.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I like that.
Oh, this is a good one. So are you an early bird or a night owl?
I'm a night owl.
Oh, yeah.
Like 10 p.m., 11 p.m., I start ramping up, unfortunately. I get more energetic. But I got a little girl. I got a 3-year-old daughter named Max. We have another little girl coming in August. So, like, I have to be an early bird because that's the only time I get stuff done is in the mornings before they're awake. So, but more naturally, a night owl, for sure. Yes.
I can identify with that.
Yes. Oh, okay. What piece of entertainment do you wish you could erase from your mind so that you could experience it again for the first time? Like a movie or a book or a song, could you clear from your mind so you could experience it again for the first time?
Man, I think that would be Talladega Nights, the Ballad of Ricky Bobby.
Yes.
It's one of my favorite movies, but remember seeing it the first time, man, it was not a moment in the movie where I wasn't laughing.
Did you see it in theaters?
I did.
Man, I saw it in theaters too.
Yeah.
What an experience.
It was. I actually saw it in IMAX, and so that was even better.
You shelled out like $20 a ticket to see Talladega Nights. I love that.
Because of the cars and the surround sound.
Yeah.
So I felt like I was on the track. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, this is good. Folks want to know, what shows are you watching right now?
Man, okay, I don't watch a lot of TV these days, but let me think. What shows am I watching? What happens is I'll walk past whatever my wife is watching, and then she'll do stuff like, this isn't your show, don't sit down, don't ask me a bunch of questions about it. But the show she's been watching is The Good Doctor.
Okay.
She was watching that. And then we watched some stuff I watched some stuff with my 3-year-old Max. We watch the Raya, The Last Dragon just came out, which is a movie, I guess, but Dinosaur Train, that's a big one. Yeah, very educational. PBS.
Yeah.
So learning, trying to teach her about herbivores, carnivores, Cretaceous stuff. So probably a lot of Dinosaur Train.
Yeah, I like Dinosaur Train.
It's a good one.
Dinosaur Train. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Oh man, this one's a real theoretical kind of question. Is a hot dog a sandwich?
So technically, because it's meat between two pieces of bread, it is a sandwich. However, I consider it a delicacy, especially if you're able to get like a soubrette or like one from the East Coast. And there's different grades of hot dogs.
Did you read these questions before?
No,
I did
not,
was the most
man,
well-informed answer. You just said soubrette.
Yeah, so
I don't even know what that is.
So soubrette's a hot dog that they sell on the East Coast. My wife's family's from the tri-state area, and I was able to get a package of soubrettes one year for my birthday, and they are like so phenomenal, like the best hot dogs ever. But yeah, I guess if you want to call a hot dog a sandwich is when you put like ketchup on it, and that makes it a sandwich. But if you want it to be like actually a hot dog, you've got to go with deli mustard.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the type of condiment plays an integral role in the hot dog's existence.
Yeah, exactly, right. Because certain parts of the country you can't put ketchup on a hot dog because they'll yell at you.
Right.
And then like if you're in Chicago, like they don't even have ketchup available for you to. Like,
I heard they don't even know what ketchup is in some parts of Chicago.
They don't.
I've never heard of it.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Let's see. Okay. What are you excited about right now?
Man, we've got a move to San Antonio. We've got coming to university. We've got a new baby coming in August. There's a ton to be excited about right now. So, in my personal, professional life, it just doesn't get any better than this. So, yeah, it's great. Yeah.
Whole lot going on, whole lot
Everything
to be excited about.
at once. Yeah, this is how my wife and I do things apparently. But yeah, it's great. So, lots to be excited about.
Yeah, you feel like you're drinking from a water hose?
A little bit.
A little bit?
Yeah. All right. Okay. Oh, here's a good one. This is good for me to know since we're going to be working together as pastors on staff. What's your biggest pet peeve? Don't say flicking papers.
No. Biggest pet peeve I would have is like that humming noise that you can't figure out like where it's coming from. So,
like the one in this room right now?
Yes. Or like the one that comes through in the sound system, and there's like an ungrounded wire somewhere. That really just grinds my gears.
Cool.
Yeah,
That's good.
yeah,
So you're a tech savvy guy.
yeah.
The fact that you knew it was a ground wire issue or something like that, I'd be like, the speaker's possessed. Something's going on in here.
All right, so we asked you about this question about the TV shows. So this question actually wants to know, what are some good books you've read lately?
Ooh, some good books I've read lately. I've been reading some stuff about. I like reading. Okay, so I did my undergrad at UTSA here in town, and did a business degree. So I do like reading kind of like business leadership type books and things like that. I reread some parts of Jim Collins' Good to Great recently. It's a pretty popular one. So Good to Great. There's a lot of really cool stuff in there. I'm trying to think of something outside of that I've been reading. I'm also in that zone where I'm buying a lot of books and then I'm not actually having time to read any of them. Oh, another one someone got me is I think it's called Then Jesus Said, and it's an older book written like the 60s about parables.
Okay.
And that was a really cool one. The whole introductory chapters are about what parables are, how they function, and how Jesus was probably thinking of these on his feet. And that was really cool to think about. That gave me a really neat picture of Jesus kind of working his way through Israel and using this mode to teach people. So I thought that was a really cool thing. I think it was called Then Jesus Said. Yeah. Oh, here's a good one. What are you most likely to do on your day off?
Oh man, most likely on my day off, there's several options I kind of go to. One is play golf.
Nice.
Second is probably barbecue, and that's probably the one, like if it's nice weather, and by like nice weather I mean like not raining,
Right.
like I'm probably gonna fire up a pit. So I've got an offset smoker and a Traeger, and so like I'll probably fire up one of those and like, I don't know, I've done pizza on it and like
Yeah.
you know,
So brisket, shoulder, what ribs, what's your
so you know, being a native Texan, you know, you've got to do brisket. Got to do ribs. I grew up with my dad did competition cook-offs growing up, and I hated it because my job was to like fuel the fire. Like I didn't get to touch anything else. But while I was doing it, I was soaking in a lot of knowledge, and so I love brisket. Love ribs. I'm not a big fan of pulled pork. Was stationed in South Carolina for a while, and all they had was pulled pork.
Yeah.
And that I'm not a fan of that.
Gotcha.
You know, Texas, we've got brisket and ribs. Yeah.
Man, I gotta say, for random questions, you were incredibly prepared for these.
You know, I thank you on that. I don't know where these answers are coming from, but I'm ready.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
All right.
So this one is a little bit more of a deeper question.
Okay.
But when did you feel called to ministry?
This is a good one. Actually, this is a good one for this community, which is cool. So I grew up in a church in North Houston, Klein, UMC, and I was interning at that home church the summer before my junior year of college. And it was on a trip, on a mission trip with that church, as I was interning with students, where I was like, I pretty much was like, to me it felt like doing anything else in the world would be running away from this call to ministry. And then I came back to UTSA my junior year, and then I acted a little crazy and didn't fully live into that call. And then at the end of my junior year of college, I was like, I need to get plugged into a church. Like, I need to get back into this community. I need to get to know, I need this accountability around me. Yeah. And so I wrote up a resume, and I drove to Methodist churches all around San Antonio, and I turned in my resume, and University United Methodist Church was the only church that called me back. Wow. And so I came back and I interned at this church when I was in college with the students 10 years ago. So yeah, so I would say, when did I feel the call, accept the call to ministry, was probably on that trip if I was pinpointing a time. But a church and a community that was formative for sending me on to seminary has been University UMC in a crazy, weird way. So yeah, 10 years later, here I am.
It's amazing to watch it kind of come full circle, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
so it's pretty amazing. All right, here's another one. This maybe rivals the hot dog sandwich debate.
Okay.
It just in terms of it's a good theoretical question, a good open-ended question.
Okay.
What does it mean to live a good life?
Oh man, so am I giving like a theological answer or like just a regular? So I mean that's the existential question, right? What does it mean to live a good life? For me, it means really living out that golden rule, right? Loving your neighbor, or the golden rule is do unto others as you have them do unto you. But really, the greatest rule, right? Loving your neighbor as yourself, loving God with your whole heart. So for me, that was what it means, right? Speaking out for those that don't have a voice. How am I making this world a better place? How am I making an impact so that those behind me can have a better life?
That's awesome. Great answer, bro.
So what is special about the place you grew up?
So I grew up in the north side of Houston, like I said, in Spring. And I think the most special thing about where I grew up was our house backed up to woods. Pine trees, like you don't see out here, but like big, tall pine trees. And we didn't even have a back fence. None of our neighbors did. So we would walk out of our back door of our house, and we'd be in the woods. And so we grew up just trekking around with our dogs out in the woods, exploring. We grew up playing paintball. We grew up riding dirt bikes. I mean, we did anything we could to get out in the woods. And then as I've grown up and become an adult and realized like what a valuable thing that is, and you know, you see how suburbs are built and how it's like, you know, all our houses are butted up next to each other, and that community can be so good, but there's also kind of that need for like, I just want to go be a wild kid, you know, in the woods. And so to be able to have that growing up was a pretty special thing.
You kind of had that Goonies adventure kind of.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of some of the stuff we stumbled across. Nothing is like, what's that movie? Oh no, what is it? Anyway, not worth going into. Yeah, there's some adventure growing up though. There's all kinds of fun stories with my brothers and I going out in the woods and stirring up trouble and stuff like that.
Awesome.
Who inspires you to be better?
Man, honestly, my daughter. She watches everything that I do, soaks up everything, holds me accountable in times when I don't want her to hold me accountable. But she really does inspire me to be better, and I'm not just saying that because she's here in the room. She really does inspire me to be a better person.
Your daughter's name is
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn. How old is Brooklyn?
Brooklyn is 7. Going on grown, but yeah, she is.
So the accountability thing is very real.
Oh, it's very, very huge. Like when she was younger, I would leave a cabinet open, and she would come shut it and say, "Cabinets are supposed to be shut because somebody can get hurt." I'm like, yeah, you're right on that. So, but over the years, it's progressed to other things, and really just allowed me to see that. You never know who's watching.
Yes.
And you don't know how your walk in life affects other people and how they're watching you live your life. And so that's really who challenges me and to be a better person.
I love it. Awesome.
We've got one more question.
Okay, one more question.
And oh wow. What is your favorite? Okay, I'm going to read the question.
Okay.
It's what is your favorite chapter of the Bible?
Chapter of the Bible.
I don't. So I'm going to kind of rephrase that.
Okay.
So maybe I would say, what is your favorite book of the Bible? And then maybe is there a favorite chapter in that book?
Sure. So I'm a big fan of let's see. I think I can do chapter. I'm a big fan. So I'm still trying to figure out Romans in its entirety. I don't know if I'm smart enough, but I'm working on it. So Romans. So I like the light versions, which are like Ephesians or Galatians, which kind of get the point without some of the winding argumentation. So I'm a big fan of Ephesians. Probably chapter 1's great, but chapter 2 is really good. I think chapter 2 starts with "You were dead, but now," and it goes into the whole God who is rich in mercy gave His Son for you, not so that you can boast. I'm paraphrasing, but not so that you can boast. And then so Ephesians 2 is a great one. Galatians 5 is another great one.
Okay.
For freedom you were set free, and it goes on to talk about, but in freedom be slaves in love to one another. And then you get into the works of the flesh, and then the famous fruit of the Spirit. So Galatians 5 is another good one in my mind. Those are two that that in a lot of situations, kind of in the journey of faith, you can look to for encouragement or to for admonishment or direction and things like that.
So you're kind of straying away from some of the prophetic books and.
It's funny because we went to the same. We both went to Austin Press. Did you do the languages there? Did you have to do?
I did.
Did you both Hebrew and Greek?
I did. I didn't do so well in Greek, so I stayed in Hebrew. So I did my exegesis in Exodus and Amos.
Nice. So I did Isaiah, and then I think we did kind of another assorted prophetic text one. I can't remember, but Hebrew was my thing too over the Greek. So it's. That way to call me on the New Testament stuff, but but as far as complete chapters that I can snap and remember, it's probably those. So what about you? You got a favorite?
So I'm more of the prophetic books.
Okay. Love that.
But I'm more of a Micah 6 person, especially Micah 6:8. That's kind of how I try to kind of live my life on that verse. But I'm really more of the prophetic, kind of calling folks out, kind of having them think about, reevaluate their life situations. But I definitely understand the need for the encouragement, because if I just beat you down and tell you how miserable you are, there's not a whole lot of hope in that. And so I definitely understand, a lot of the New Testament, there's more hope in that. So, but yeah, definitely can't go wrong with Ephesians 5 and some of these other books. So
cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, man, we made it through all the questions.
We did.
I think we've shared a lot. I think we've given the people. We're not. They know us better, maybe than we even know ourselves.
Yeah.
And we came into this as strangers, but now look at us.
Yeah, we're leaving now as friends.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.